Maybe this is going, I'm just singing. I'm hoping this is going out to you out there. Oh, look, it's my finger. It's focusing on my finger. Hey, isn't that kind of fun? How is everyone? I don't know what I'm singing anymore. How is everyone? I think this is going up. I think we're good. Looks to be the case. How is everybody? Hello, Cade. Hello, Cappuccino. Hello, Amanda. Hello, JH. Hello, Nessie. Hello, Miss Wicked Wolf. How is everyone doing this fine evening? I'm trying out a new... Oh, thank you. I love this sweater. It's very comfy. So I'm trying out a new setup here, so I'm hoping this works. I'm using my good camera to stream. But there's been some technical snafus, so yeah, we're figuring it out. Hello, how is everyone? I am in a new city. I am currently in Seattle right now, everybody. It has been wonderful. Been here some week and change, something like that. Weird fruit videos. What are weird fruit videos? I'm so interested in what... I was gonna ask what's a weird fruit video, but now I want to ask what's not a weird fruit video. But everything looks and sounds good, everybody. I want to quick ask: is this camera better, or do you all like? Oop, not that. This camera better. Is this camera better for everybody, or is not that one, or is this one? What is best for everybody? Let me know. 1 or 2. 1 or 2. Let me know what everyone thinks out there. Yeah, I'm thinking Seal. Yeah, I've kind of if you can see here, I've kind of set up the same setup that I had back in Los Angeles, but I'm trying to think of ways to mess with it. So you like this one better, everyone? This is, I forgot which one was 1, which one was 2. You like this one better? I think. They can jump between 2 of them. I can jump between them all. My hair. I need to get a haircut so bad. But yeah, no, I'm gonna try and do some new stuff, but I just wanted to, because I needed to shoot videos and get things set up, I wanted to get, I just wanted to go with what I knew worked. But I have some ideas for some stuff that I'm gonna start playing with. Let's see. Shane Thomas, I had suggested you try the 5 Point Cafe. It isn't far from where you work. It's got great food. I haven't heard the 5 Point Cafe. I'll check it out. Yeah, I've been to the Mopop a couple times now. We were filming actually earlier today. No, we were testing earlier today. We're gonna film tomorrow. Sorry, I'm tired. My apologies. My brain. It's been a long week. I moved to a new place, and now I'm starting a new job. So it's been kind of tiring. I'm very, very tiring. Yeah, cut between the 2 and homage Cap. Now I'm Cat Black now. Wah. Now I just cut and I'm gonna look over here. Cat Black. I love Cat. That's all a Cat Black style is just cutting between 2 cameras. No, Cat Black is wonderful. Let's see. Jesse, so happy for you in your new place. Can't stay for this one because I've got an optometrist appointment, but just wanted to say congrats on making the move. Well, thank you so much, Punk Rock. It's good to see you. I hope the optometrist appointment goes well, though I am hurt and offended that you would place your health above hanging out with me. How dare you? How dare you? I am deeply offended. Mostly taste test videos for weird fruits like Nani. Huh. Interesting. Now I kind of want to see videos like that. Hey, Christy. I was going to say Kirsty. Christy, how are you doing? It's good to see you. Pessimistic Pug, y'all, we have mochi donuts in Seattle now. Wait, whoa. There are mochi donuts. Where are mochi donuts, Amanda? I need to know where the mochi donuts. Donuts? Where are the mochi donies? I'm tired, everybody. I don't really have like a main thought for this live stream. I'm just tired because I just wanted to hang out, but I wanted to just hang out with everybody. Yeah, I am tired because I've been busy, but I'm also I feel so much better in Seattle. I just can't tell you, everybody. Like, one of the things that I noticed, like, yes, you should be sorry, punk rock zoologist. You should be sorry. But one of the things that I've just noticed is I'm like much calmer and much more chill right now. It's only been like a week. I'm sure there are things that are gonna stress me out, but I mean, if you watch like both my last two videos, and I didn't do this intentionally, I just noticed it as I was editing them. But my latest Star Trek Discovery video, from reviewing episode 2, and the video I did on trans voting issues, I found that I was just much calmer and not like rushing through to get everything. My cadence was much slower. I was able to think of stuff much easier. So yeah, I don't know. I just feel chiller here. Just kind of nice to not be ramped up to 11. I mean, the problem with LA is part of it's like temperature wise. Like whenever it's hot, I feel like I need to move. So I'm kind of like, I don't know. I just feel nice that it's cold and I get to wear a sweatshirt. It's kind of nice. So I'm feeling really, really good, on that level. I hope your traveling up north was safe, no drama. Yeah, the trip was mostly drama free. There was a bit of hell, if anyone wants to hear the story. So, oh gosh, how to tell this. So basically what I did to get up here, was I U-hauled up from, Los Angeles to Seattle, and I have a car. So I have a U-haul with all my stuff in it in a car that I was going to tow on a tow dolly. The day before I'm supposed to move, I get a call from U-Haul, and I had reserved my U-Haul like a week in advance, had even gone in and said, hey, you're going to have everything that I'm going to need. So, and they said yes. So I'm like, okay, everything's all set. The day before, less than 24 hours until I have to pick it up, they call me and say, hey, yeah, there's no tow dolly, and there's not even a tow dolly anywhere in California. So I'm like, what? I tried calling in like 5 times. They keep transferring me to the wrong department, and I'm just like stressing out and trying to figure out what to do. Then I have to like rent a whole other freaking tow dolly thing, which was stressful. And then I like call U-Haul again and say, hey, sorry, I rented from another place, so cancel my old thing. And they're like, oh, well, we can get a tow dolly for you now. It was like 6 hours worth of my time and effort to just like get to the same place that I was at before they even called me. So stressful. Pedro, hey Pedro, sorry. Hey Jesse Gender, I just wanted to say that Steve Shives finally did a video I asked him to do about Peter Cushing. I say that just so I can ask you about a video about horror icons like Sam Neill. You get one and then you come after me. It's like I got Steve to do the thing that I want to do, so I'm gonna get you to do it. I did see Steve's Peter Cushing video. It was very good. I will say, yeah, it was a very, very, very good video on Peter Cushing. I actually don't know much about Hammer horror. I actually hadn't heard. I'm usually a fairly well-known like film aficionado, so I know a lot of film aficionado stuff, I know a lot of film and about film history, but I didn't know much about the Hammer horror film, so I was actually very glad that Steve put that on my radar. I'm definitely going to check out definitely The Hounds of the Baskerville, and because I'm in a weird Sherlock Holmes mood after Enola Holmes. And I'm also very curious about the Peter Cushing horror one, so I'm very very curious. So thank you, Pedro, and thank you to Steve for putting that on my radar, because that is great. There was something that someone just said that I wanted to respond to. What was it? Oh gosh, why? There was a thought that I had, but it was on Steve. That's what it was. I actually just got so. It's probably no surprise to everybody that I'm going to be doing another one of those like Star Trek Steve and I, where Steve plays in Dr. Racy, the like fake Star Trek episodes. And I have a couple cool people lined up to appear in that for the next one. But I just got today Steve's footage for the upcoming one, and I won't spoil anything, but we're doing something kind of special for it. And Oh, Steve's footage. I am just so excited. I mean, I'm so excited to see everyone's reaction to Steve in the next one of those videos, because he is great. Hey, Joystick Nick, nice to see you. Well, thank you for welcoming me to the Pacific Northwest. I hope you're doing well. I saw yesterday you were upset about Cyberpunk 2077 getting delayed. I was kind of sad about it too, so I hope you're doing good. Johnny Culver, Jesse, you are the sweetest person I know, met, watch, listen to. Thank you so much, Johnny. I really appreciate that. Sending you love. I'm trying to avoid hitting this, but that's a heart right there. So this mic is a lot closer to me than you would think. It's like right there. So let's see. Let's see. What is ever? But by the way, feel free. If anyone has anything that anyone wants me to talk about, I'm happy to hang out and talk about. So if anyone wants to shoot some topics for me to rant about, I am more than happy to do that. Yeah, the Star Trek collabs with Steve are great. So there's going to be at least one more this year. Probably only one more this year. And I'll spoil a little bit. It's going to be a Christmas themed one. So I've shot that. I still need to edit it. I got all the footage from all my collaborators. There's going to be a few more people in it other than Steve. And then I have an idea for another one to do next year. And I won't spoil. I reached out to someone who has not been in any of my other videos. It has a really big platform, but is a really, really nice person here on YouTube. One of my favorite YouTubers. And they said yes. So I have another video I have another one planned that I haven't shot or even written yet, that will have a really cool person in it. So I'm very excited about that. It's just, honestly, I love doing those videos, but it's also kind of a vehicle for me to like get cool people to work with me, which just like a regular way to get people to work with me. I'm very excited about that. God, I hate this like party in the back hair thing. I need a haircut so bad now that I'm actually like working with people and seeing people. I need to actually like make myself look nice. So I did catch Low Reloaded Kai, like that's the way I'm saying words. This is how I speak now. Okay. Just another broken nerd. Yes, I did see Low Reloaded's Kai Win video. I thought it was actually very funny. He actually pitched that to me a few weeks ago. We were kind of we kind of do our weekly chat, and he and I talk quite often, and he kind of pitched that idea at me, and I thought it was hilarious, and I said please do it. So I thought it was very, very funny. So yeah, check out Low Reloaded's Kai Win video. It's kind of a response to my Deep Space Nine isn't political, the sort of like Jakar for president video I did that was sort of like a pseudo Joe Biden discussion and talking about like why we should all vote for Joe Biden, which, by the way, if you haven't voted yet and you're an American, please make sure you go out and vote. And vote Joe Biden. As much as I don't love Joe Biden, he's not great, but he is what we need not what we need. He's what we can get right now. He's much better than the other choice. So, thank you that's my political moment here. But please go vote Joe Biden if you are an American and have not voted yet. Please get out to do that as soon as possible. And stay safe as best you can. And thank you very much, Christy. I really appreciate that. Any Halloween stream video plans? I don't know. I don't have anything specifically planned for Halloween at the moment. I don't plan on going anywhere or doing anything. I mean, what I could do is I could do a video stream. I mean, I haven't done a video game stream. My plan is, once I get settled into this new job, I want to start doing weekly video game streams starting either late December or probably more likely in January, like every Monday in January or every Monday henceforth, like these weekly streams. I will start playing video games regularly for like an hour or two with everybody, because I want to get more into playing video games streaming. But I just haven't had the like wherewithal or time to do that. So that is on my horizon. I am planning on doing more regular game streaming, but I could do a game stream on Saturday for Halloween if anyone would be interested in that. I wouldn't be against doing a video game stream playing like a horror video game. If anyone has any suggestions, throw it in the chat, please. If anyone has any suggestions of good horror games for me to play on Halloween I might do that because I might, that's what I'll do. I won't guarantee it yet just because I want to make sure I don't have anything weirdly planned. I don't think I do, but just in case someone else has a plan, I'll leave it vague for now. But if anyone wants to toss some horror video games into the chat that are fun to play drunk, so horror video game fun to play drunk, and are not super story heavy, because when I play story-based games, I get really sucked into the story, and it's hard for me to like stream with people. So those are suggestions. Horror game, can play it drunk, because I want to get drunk on Halloween. That's gonna be rule number one. And not too story heavy. Ooh, Luigi's Mansion 3. Oh, I should also say it has to be on PlayStation 4 or Xbox, because I don't have a way to stream from. Right now, I do not have a way to stream games from the Switch, unfortunately. Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Oh my gosh, yes, Cleopatra. Oh, I need to figure out how to get retro games. Is Zombies Ate My Neighbors on something? I loved Zombies Ate My Neighbors. Ooh, Friday the 13th game might be good too. Ooh, those are good choices. Friday the 13th might be fun. I haven't played Friday the 13th, but I know the game, and that sounds kind of fun. Zombies Ate My Neighbors might be good, but I don't know if you can play that on PlayStation 4 or Xbox. I might be. Ooh, oh, Alien Ice. Oh, no, Joystick Nick. Oh, Alien Isolation. Mark the Edge, what was your suggestion? Fear. Can I play Fear on PS4? I don't think Fear exists on PS. I have Fear 3, but that's with the 360. Ooh, let's see. Alien Isolation, though, that might... I got to the part where the alien shows up in Alien Isolation. I never beat it. And I feel like there's been a lot of, like, people talking about Alien Isolation recently. Maybe that'll be a good choice. Alien Isolation might be a good choice. I'll log that in my brain. Alien Isolation might be the one I go with, but we'll see. All right. I would love to do Luigi's Mansion 3, but unfortunately I don't have a way to stream Luigi's Mansion 3. Destroy All Humans might be good, but it's not really a horror game, to be fair. But that would be a good one. Legacy of Kain. I never played Legacy of Kain either. I've been trying to beat Ghost of Tsushima. That's the game that I've been wanting to play. That I've been playing recently. I haven't beaten Ghost of Tsushima. Ugh, I cannot say that. So. Alien Isolation is not great in my opinion. Well, no one asked your opinion, punk rock zoologist. You're supposed to be at the why am I sounding like I'm drunk when I'm totally sober? Optometrist? Optometrist? You're optometrist. Why are you here in my stream? Oh god, watching Sargon is a horror video. Oh god, yeah. Watching any of that. Could watch like a freaking Doomcock video and just get terrified for the state of the world this weekend. Ghost of Sushi Mama. I love it. I would play that game so bad. Let's see. Should Jesse, Shives, and others play Among Us if they were in the Enterprise or whatever? Oh my gosh, I would love to play Among Us with Steve, but I don't know if Steve's that much of a gamer at all. Like, I'm sure he's probably played games, but I don't really know if Steve's a gamer all that much. So I don't know. It's actually a good question. I don't know if Steve's a gamer at all. Should ask him at some point. Maybe I'll ask him. I should pitch this too, or promote this too. Steve is doing a new interview show. He's getting rid of the Facepalm 5 and doing a new interview show, and I'm supposed to be his first ever guest on November 7th. So we'll be doing an interview on November 7th. He asked me to do it. I'm very honored that I was the first person to ask that he asked to do it. So I'm very excited for that. Oh hey, happy to let's see. Jesse Gender, might as well grab a drink if you're going to sound like you're drunk. I know. I don't like to get drunk during the week though. That's especially when I have work now. I don't. My rule to myself is I mean I have a fairly addictive personality. I've never had problems with alcohol in my life, but I always want to kind of keep it that way. So my rule to myself is 2 rules. I only drink on weekends, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday even less so. And I I drink with people, or if I drink by myself, which I still do, but if I drink by myself, I have to drink good beer that I will like. No like Coors or Bud Light or whatever. It has like, I get craft beers and things like that. That's if I'm getting drunk by myself, because if I'm going to get drunk by myself, I want to enjoy the process of getting drunk, like enjoy the taste of getting drunk instead of just getting drunk for drunk's sake, because that just leads down a bad road. So I'll have bad beer if I'm hanging out with people, or just like regular beer. But yeah. Ooh, can you recommend any horror books? What did I just read a really good horror book. Oh, it was called Rage by Bob Woodward. Terrifying book. No. Or Fear. What was the recent Bob Woodward book? It wasn't Rage. It was Fear or whatever. I just read it. I can't remember the name of it. Horror books. Because I love horror books, but it's so hard to like. Stephen King's always good for a solid horror. Well, there was one that I read recently, but for some reason it just completely escaped me. What I will recommend, the scariest book I ever read by Stephen King, I will say, would have been Salem's Lot. Salem's Lot, I think, is actually terrifying. But what I will recommend, and I still need to do a video on it. I really want to do a video on it, but Magnus Archives. Dear God, people, if you want something really good horror and you are like an audio drama person or an audiobook person, listen to the Magnus Archives. It is the best eldritch horror thing I've ever seen. It's like if Lovecraft was queer inclusive and not a jerk, and actually like could tell like really interesting arcs and stories. Like, oh my gosh, please listen to the Magnus Archives. I cannot recommend it enough. I do need to do a whole video on the Magnus Archives because it's so good and one of my favorite things. So I cannot recommend that enough. Stephen King's Dark Tower series is great. It's kind of like a horror western. I really love Stephen King's Dark Tower. It's frustrating me because I just read a book and I can't remember what the heck it was, which I guess speaks to it not leaving an impression, but oh God. I read so many books that I just kind of like, they kind of flit out of my brain sometimes if I don't hold on to them. I mean, The Expanse gets kind of scary, but that's more like sci-fi political, but it does have some horror elements. I love The Expanse. I'm starting work on that. The hard part about The Expanse, I'm starting work on my Expanse video recently. Magnus Archives isn't a podcast. It's not an audio drama, so it's a podcast that you listen to. It's not a book, I should say, Pedro. Let's see. Oh, Lizamund's voice. I'm so excited for you. Yeah, Magnus Archives is great. It's so good. So good. Yeah, see, Dark Tower, I read the Dark Tower books. I did the weird way of doing the Dark Towers. I had never read any of Stephen King before I read the Dark Tower, and I started it like 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, I started like 2 or 3 years ago. And I decided, like, if I'm going to read the Dark Tower, I'm going to use it as a way to get into all of Stephen King's books. So I read the Dark Tower series, but I read all the books associated with the Dark Tower series as well. So that was a lot of... Oh, you know what game I could do? Is that going to come out? Saturday. Oh, but that's a story-based game. But it might be fun to play with people. The new game by the people who did Until Dawn. There's a new game by the Until Dawn people that I think is coming out this week. That I think you can have multiple people playing it. So maybe I could set that up and we could do like a live stream of that. That might be a lot of fun. That would actually be a ton of fun if I could figure out if that's possible to do on a live stream with a bunch of people. Because then I can get everyone involved. And I like getting people involved. So that'd be kind of fun. Yeah, me too, Cade MacArthur. When I first ran across Doomcock, I'm like, wait, is this like someone making fun of these people? Because it feels like a joke. He feels like a joke. I want to do the... Oh, God. It's one of those, like... I don't want to... I've talked about this in my other videos on them. I don't want to get sucked into doing Fandom Menace stuff because, like, if... I know they would do well, and I know that they would be popular... But also, I don't want to get sucked into just being let's respond to the Phantom Menace people. Because it's so easy. And it also just creates its own annoying conversation that I just don't want. I want to have excitement. I don't want to have, like, conversations with these people. Like, and I also don't want to seem like I'm hating on people. Like, I have many disagreements with Mecha Random, Nerdrotic, and Doomcock, but I just, as a person, as who I am, I don't want to insult people as people, so I'll insult their content, but then it gets into that weird world of that stuff, so I just, like, but there's an element of me that feels like no one's really doing it, and maybe I should. I don't know. I struggle with it sometimes, you know, but that's a whole other thought process. I just, yeah, I don't want it to be, I don't want to be defined by their conversations. It's like I know if I did those videos, my channel would blow up, but then my channel would become that channel, and I just like sharing more excitement about stuff. I'd rather, you know, I'd just rather like share my enthusiasm for Star Trek and not, and be critical of it, sure. Like, I want to be critical of Star Trek when it fails, but yeah, I don't want to get into it, to be honest with all of you. But speaking on Star Trek, I will kind of direct the conversation a little bit here. Tonight, I think we're getting, according to the previews, we are getting our first transgender representation in Star Trek tonight. I forget if it's the trans or the non-binary character, but one of those two is going to be in tonight's episode of Star Trek Discovery, and I am so pumped for it. Oh, that's gonna be so exciting. I'm honestly like, I'm kind of tired. I'm actually kind of sad because I've been working this weekend, so I'm like a little bit like trying to get back into the swing of things. I'm tired, and so I'm like, I know I'm gonna be like crying my eyes out tonight. So when I do the review tonight, just if I'm like exhausted tonight during my Star Trek Discovery Season 3 review, just know that I am going to be like, I'm going to be exhausted. I think tonight the character that is showing up is Blue Del Barrio's character, and they are not the Trill character. So I think it's the non-binary character. I think the transgender character is going to be the Trill character that shows up later. Which is I'm gonna be interested in seeing like how they make the distinction. Especially like, I feel like if they do it right, I'm going to enjoy, like, the non-binary. The way I hope they do it, if I'm going to talk about this for a little bit, the way I hope they do it for the non-binary character, no spoilers, because this is just speculation on the handling of a character, not even going to talk about any specific, I'm not going to talk about any specific plot details, but the way I hope they handle the non-binary character tonight is that, like, the non-binary character just comes in and exists, and maybe there's like a moment with them being non-binary, like someone uses the wrong pronoun and they correct them and say, hey, no, I use they pronouns, or people will just automatically pick up that they use they pronouns or whatever, but that's just it. And I hope like the rest, what I hope is that there is not a scene where they draw like main attention to the fact that it's that they're a non-binary character. So that's my main hope with tonight, that there may be a moment where they like correct someone about pronouns or make mention of pronouns or whatever, but that predominantly the character will just exist and be there, and there will not be any attention drawn to the fact that they are non-binary in like an overt way. That's my hope. Now, they could subvert that. They could draw attention to it in a way that I find interesting, but if there's like a scene where they're like, hi, I'm non-binary, nice to meet you, how you doing, that I'll be a bit annoyed by. But I really hope that I have enough trust in them that they will handle it well, because I think they handled at least the introduction of the gay characters with Hugh and Stamets in Season 1. I hope that they handled the introduction of those characters, I think, really well. How they handled Hugh after that fact, we can talk about, because that's its own whole bag of worms. But I think how they introduced those characters was handled really tastefully. And then they bungled it with how they treated Hugh in Season 1. But that's a whole different discussion. So. Oh, Donald Donaldson. Well, thank you for finding the channel. I found your channel. I think your channel is awesome and informative, and keep up the awesome content. Well, thank you, Donald Donaldson. I appreciate that. Jesse Gender, on a completely different topic, do you know Philosophy Tube channel? I guess maybe you'll enjoy it. I love it. Oh, yeah, of course I know Philosophy Tube's channel. I actually wrote about Philosophy Tube and ContraPoints and a little bit for when I worked at Pride.com. I wrote a few articles about them. I think Ali actually follows me on Twitter, which I'm kind of pumped about. He liked, in fact, I think Yeah, in fact, my first ever tweet, I think I tweeted, I actually saved this and sent it to my roommate. I think Ollie, Ollie Thorne, who runs PhilosophyTube, he liked my tweet about me moving to a new city. So Ollie's a fan. I'll just say it here. No, I have no idea if Ollie even watches my content, but I love Ollie's content. He makes amazing stuff. Probably some of my favorite content on YouTube. I think he is absolutely certainly has inspired me quite a bit. So I'm honored that he even follows me on Twitter and occasionally likes my stuff. So yeah, I love PhilosophyTube. And Ollie just seems like a really smart and funny and thoughtful guy. So yeah, big fan of him. And Ollie, if you're out there, hi. Hope you're doing well and taking care of yourself. So let's see. Well, Armicdud, it was good to see you. By the way, speaking of callouts of stuff, Kite Dunn, are you out there? I'm just saying your name because I know it makes you laugh, so I'm just gonna say Kite Dunn again. Hope you're doing well. If you're watching this after I'm done being live, just know I said your name, Kite Dunn. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try and do every live stream now. I'm gonna say your name just to make you giggle. Let's see. New city stream warming. Hello, King Pepe. It's good to see you. Hello, Ryan Miller. And hey, Solstice. Hannah, I would love to move to Canada. I would love to move to Canada. In fact, I've had thoughts. I've had thoughts about moving to Canada, especially if the election swings a certain way in the next week. Oh God! Oh, this time next week the election will not be. It'll be done voting wise, but it won't be done. Probably won't know anything for a while, but yeah, that's a whole thing. Let's see. Oh, just another broke nerd. Well, you helped inspire me to start my channel, so you're doing your part too. Well, thank you, just another broke nerd. I hope your channel is going well. I haven't checked it out yet, but I think I did subscribe to your channel, but I haven't watched your videos yet, but I will take a look at some point. What would the crew of the BreadTube Starship look like? I don't know. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't even know who would be captain. BreadTube people would probably all not want to have a leader, so there wouldn't be a captain. Let's see. Ryan Miller, what neighborhood of Seattle are you in? I don't want to. No offense, I just don't want to share that. Just for my own safety. Not that I'm against anybody. Not that I don't trust you people out there, but someone may want to use it at some point, so I'll try and keep that to myself. Let's see. Savory, how is the new place treating you? I recently moved into a house and I'm enjoying the use of the garage. Ooh, garage would be nice. I wish I had a garage. New place is treating me pretty well. I like this apartment. I have I'll probably do at some point a tour of the apartment. I'll do a video tour of the apartment. Maybe on next live stream if I can set that up for a while. But I have a nice. It's very small, but the balcony is nice. I'm right up at the top of a hill of a street, and you can kind of see down this really busy street, and you can see hills and stuff. The Seattle mountains and things in the background. Really, really beautiful. Newt, my cat, who is running right here. Let's see if I can get him. Newt. See if I can get him to come in. But he's really enjoying the place too. He really likes it. So the place is nice, and it's a decent amount of room, and I pay only it's a tiny bit more expensive than my place in LA, but only because I kind of went just for a slightly nicer place than I had in LA. So, but it's not insanely, more. It's actually much smaller, it's nominal increase. So but I get a much better place in the bargain. The only stressor right now, financially wise, is, just I still have to pay for the other apartment for at least 3 more months because of the overlapping leases. But whatever. We deal with what we deal with to get to where we're going to get to, and I appreciate you guys having been, many of you out there increased your help on Patreon and donated super chats and stuff, which I'm not asking for right now. Don't think I'm like asking for super chats at the moment, but I just want to say, for those of you who did increase your Patreon or continue to be Patreons or gave super chats over the past like couple weeks, it was extremely appreciated and helpful for helping me get here to Seattle. Like, it really, really, really helped me like have like still have a financial stable base after having moving. So I just want to say thank you. I mean, thank you to everybody for just hanging out and helping the channel. I mean, even just clicking videos like helps them get seen, which also helps in the back end of like the little like trinkets of money that YouTube like just throws at you, like pennies for your hard work. It's like, here, take 10 cents for your 10 days of hard work. But seriously, I do really appreciate any and everything you guys have all done, regardless of whether you were able to help out directly financially or not. I do really appreciate it, and it has directly helped me get here to Seattle and have this new job. So thank you to all of you out there. Unfortunately, Newt is not coming into the room. Newt! Sometimes I can get him to come, but sometimes he's not. Let's see. I will reference where I now work, Shane. I work at the Museum of Pop Culture. So, I mean, I have no problem sharing where I work because it's a fairly well-known place. So, yeah, if you come to the Museum of Pop Culture, you might see me around. So from a socially oh, Marg, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You are wonderful. Sending you love. Thank you for the super chat. Sending you all the love, you wonderful, wonderful, wonderful human. Let's see. Are you dressing up for Halloween? Asked Miss Wicked Wolf, and I saw a few other people ask me that. Like I said, I don't have any particular plans for Halloween specifically. I might be doing. I just now ideated. Can't speak. I might be doing a gaming live stream. I'm not gonna commit to it yet, but I might be doing that. So. How do you feel about why can I not speak? How do you feel about people who pronounce gender with the hard G? Asked Stavin. So, gender? Is that how you gender instead of gender? Gender? I mean, I say words. People correct me about my words all the time. Like, I say prodigy wrong. Like, what was it? I know you're Marg. I know you're Mag on Discord, Marg. I appreciate that. I just didn't want to say your name, whether you wanted your like name on Discord to remain private. I try not to share personal details of anybody as best I can. Not that your Discord name is personal, but you know, it may be something you didn't want to share. But I did know that you are the same person, so I wanted to say thank you, Marg. What was the but yeah, Gender. Justy Gender. I do say words incorrectly. People make fun of me for saying prodigy. It's prodigy. See, the one that I get made fun of the most for words that I say incorrectly, and this is in real life, not in my videos, but this, you are all gonna laugh at me. I'm just gonna tell you this right now. You're all going to laugh at me. But I don't say, I know you're supposed to say elementary and documentary, but how I say it, and I think a lot of people from Buffalo, like New York, Buffalo, New York area, which is where I'm from, say documentary and elementary. And I actually have been saying that, I didn't know that I was saying that wrong until I went to college and people made fun of me for it. Because when I heard, like, I would hear, like, the joke, like, Sherlock Holmes say, well, it's elementary, my dear Watson. And I thought the reason that line was so famous, I thought that line, it's elementary, my dear Watson, was so famous was because Sherlock Holmes was saying elementary weird. Like, that's what I thought. I thought that was the joke. I thought the joke was that he's like, oh, he's saying elementary a weird way. Isn't that funny? But no, that's just how you say the word. So I just say elementary and documentary. So yeah, weird little quirks. Christy, I know you're from Buffalo too. Is that how you say Is that how you also say documentary and elementary? Yeah, it's just a weird little accent thing. So yeah, prodigy I say wrong. It's prodigy, not prodigy. I don't know which one is which. I'm gonna let everyone know now that I'm not going to change that. I say words weird, and I like that I say words weird because I like being different. I do it for my own shites and giggles, okay? I say words weird just for my own shites and giggles. So don't, you're not going to change, you're not going to change me, YouTube. Fame and fortune and YouTube and all these things are never going to change me. I'm still going to be your weird old Jesse who says, prodigy. So, how do you say stationary? Stationary. That's how I say stationary. So, yeah, sensors. It is my very own sensors, like Lower Decks. I'm never gonna change that. I like having words my own way. Also, when I say words weirdly, people comment on this is me being the cynical, like I know how to get engagement on my videos. I didn't do this consciously, but it also is like not an incentive to change anything. But every time I do screw up words, people comment on my videos, this is how you actually say it. And that's engagement. So I'll take it. So yeah, documentary, elementary, but stationary is how I actually, not station, state ionary. State ionary is like a really weird way to say that. Stavin. So. Cade MacArthur, how would you react if you caught J.K. Rowling stealing your stuff? I don't even know. I'd be like, no, J.K., no, bad. Stop it. I've just given up on anything J.K. Rowling at this point. She's at this point, as I've said in numerous other videos, I've tried to be very, to talk about Rowling for a little bit. I've tried to be as, kind to J.K. Rowling as I possibly can be. To be giving her the benefit of the doubt, trying to be persuasive and not that she's watching my videos, but try to give her the benefit of the doubt, to try and see things from her point of view, to say oh, she's done harm to the trans community, but that's probably not what she intends. But at this point, she's at every chance, and so I'm just sort of screw her. I'm not gonna go out and hate on her, but I'm definitely not gonna say anything really too kind about her either. But what I will say about J.K. Rowling that I probably will still use her for is I think she's a great point for conversation. She has become emblematic of a much larger problem, mainly to do with TERFs. And so I think, while I think her words have done more harm than good, the good thing that comes out of her saying these things, and again, I don't think it overwhelms the harm that she's caused, but the good thing is I can use her as a good example of how TERFs and the TERF community works. So I think that you can... She just creates a very good example that people can latch on to, that I can use for education. It's not a good thing. It's kind of like the same thing with a lot of other things in politics, or COVID and the pandemic right now. It's the pandemic has exacerbated a lot of issues within the United States and the world, but the United States. And it's oh, now it makes I can use this moment about in the pandemic to highlight issues of wealth inequality or how certain systems work, because there's such an egregious example right now of how they are falling apart. But the fact that they are falling apart is not just because of the pandemic. They're falling apart because that's what they were intended to do, or this is always going to happen. It's just being accelerated by the pandemic. That just highlights it. So same thing with J.K. Rowling. She has done a lot of harm. I don't think the good outweighs the harm of her thing, but I think what is good about her being an example is now, instead of being let me talk about TERFs and I have to dig down deep and find these weird specific examples that no one's ever heard of or think is important, I can be well, J.K. Rowling does this. So now I can use her as a very good example of this. The other thing that heartened me too, I will say, I'm not a big fan of SNL. I don't really watch SNL all that much, but every once in a while I watch some of their skits that get big attention. And they say, and there was actually a joke that SNL did this past week that was about J.K. Rowling, yay, J.K. Rowling, stick to the books, which I was appreciative of. I mean, SNL is a fairly, you know, it's not like leftist, but it's definitely liberal. But it's a liberal leaning show, but I appreciated that a lot of liberals will even leave trans stuff out of it or not pay attention to trans stuff. So I appreciate the fact that SNL is at least like understanding that J.K. Rowling's views are a crock of crap. So I at least appreciate that, like, it's shown more overt support for trans people from certain sectors. So that's been kind of nice. But yeah, I don't really love SNL just because it's so on the fence centristy kind of humor. It's kind of like this, my same problem with South Park recently. Like, I used to be a big, sorry, I'm ranting, my apologies. I used to be a big South Park fan as a kid. But as I've gotten older, I've come to appreciate South Park a lot less, just because maybe this is just an element of older, but I like my comedy to have a bit more of a point of view, be a bit more targeted. And not that I want to like be in my own little bubble of comedy. I don't mind being pushed out by comedy, and being uncomfortable by comedy, and comedy saying things I don't agree with. I think, who's the one comedian that I really love who kind of makes me uncomfortable, but I at least appreciate him. He's, I think, an Irish comedian. He had his own show. God, why am I blanking on him? Jim Jeffries. I really like Jim Jeffries because I don't agree with Jim Jeffries quite often. His humor makes me uncomfortable, but I appreciate that about humor. So I don't need humor to always agree with me, but I like humor kind of having a point of view. And the problem with like stuff like SNL is that it doesn't really have a strong point of view. Its strongest point of view is Trump sucks, which, sure, yeah, you're not wrong. He does suck, but you can say a lot more than Trump sucks. And same thing with South Park. South Park just like takes aim at everybody, and in the end, it just kind of makes it feel like it doesn't have anything pointed to say. So, yeah. Also, South Park has been fairly transphobic, and didn't evolve its transphobia at all. Like, I'll say I want to do a video comparing It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia versus South Park, and especially the trans humor, but this is a general trend with both shows. Like, both South Park and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia have very much like that shock humor, but It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia I like much better because it is much more targeted, it has much more of a point of view, and it also evolves. Like, there are some episodes in early It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia that are transphobic, and I find them bad to watch now. I don't think that they aged very well. But then you look at new episodes of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and they've done more recent episodes on South Park. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia has done more recent episodes on trans issues, and they've actually gotten it right. And it shows to me that those creators have learned and grown and changed their voice. Whereas I look at Matt Stone and Trey Parker, and like their humor is the same humor it was 10 years ago. It hasn't changed. It hasn't evolved. It's sort of the same thing being recycled. And I kind of look at that as like, come on, you guys are better writers than that. You're better creators than that. So I do want to do a video that compares like the evolution of humor between South Park and It's Always Sunny, because they just haven't, like, It's Always Sunny I think is still one of the funniest shows. There are episodes of its older seasons that have not aged all that well. Like, I think there's some seasons 1 through like 3 or 4 of It's Always Sunny that I think haven't aged perfectly, but I still think they are saying salient stuff with their recent seasons and are very, very funny. So yeah, it helps that they make it clear in It's Always Sunny that these characters are awful and you're not supposed to like them. Whereas like South Park tried to do that with Cartman. Cartman starts off being awful, but then gets softened. So now you've softened a character who literally like wants to be Hitler in a few episodes. So that's a problem, and very much emblematic of America. So yeah, so I think that's a problem. Anyways, sorry, I went on that whole tangent, and I hope people were actually interested in that whole tangent, because I kind of went off on it and didn't actually pay attention to the chat for a minute there. So apologies if I missed anything important. Have you seen Nanette? Yeah, Hannah Gadsby is great. I haven't seen Hannah Gadsby's recent special. I do want to watch it. My favorite comedian of all time, I should say, is Mike Birbiglia. I adore Mike Birbiglia. He has a podcast recently that I did, but anything Mike Birbiglia does, I am down for. Sleepwalk with Me is one of my favorite things. His movie, Don't Think Twice. Things Don't Think. He made a movie, Don't Sleepwalk with Me, and then he made another movie called I think Don't Think Twice. I think that's the name of it, but that movie is great. If you have not watched Don't Think Twice, Mike Birbiglia's second movie, I could not recommend it more enough. It is so good. Like, Mike Birbiglia, I think, is my favorite comedian of all time, and actually one of my main inspirations for my videos. Like, I'll be very honest with you. I haven't really talked about this that much, but probably philosophy. If I was trying to pick like a YouTuber that I'm most inspired by, it'd probably be Steve Shives. ContraPoints and PhilosophyTube have been very much influenced on my style and things that I want to talk about. But Mike Birbiglia probably was one of my biggest early influences for like my type of comedy and my ability to like want to try and use comedy to talk about my own personal life, but then use my personal life to extrapolate into like larger issues and discussions. Like Mike Birbiglia just does such a wonderful job of weaving a narrative that is both personal, funny, but has a larger point. So I love Mike Birbiglia so much. He is easily one of my favorite comedians of all time. Someone's asking, Mike Birbiglia's podcast is called Working It Out, I think is the name of the podcast. I would highly recommend it. Someone asked Wolfwalkers. Wolfwalkers is the new movie that I'm very looking forward to. Wolfwalkers is the animated movie by the same company that did Song of the Sea, right? Which I'm very looking forward to because Song of the Sea is one of my favorite anime movies. That studio that does those movies are so good. Oh, Jay, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, that is way too kind. Thank you so much, Jay, for that super chat. I really appreciate that. You are extremely generous. Thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful new journey in your new home and job. Much love to you, and I'm so grateful for all your hard work and dedication. Keep up this good work. Well, Jay, thank you so much. That I'm honestly like, thank you. That you are insanely kind. Like, thank you so much. I really do appreciate that. Thank you, Jay. Sending you love. I really appreciate that. Yeah, sorry, I don't even know what to say about that. Thank you so much, Jay. Sorry, my brain just got, like, sidetracked there. What was I even talking about? Wolfwalkers. Are we talking about Wolfwalkers? Yeah. The company that, Wolfwalkers, if that's the movie we're talking about, that's coming out on Apple TV. I have not seen it yet. I'm planning on watching it this weekend. I'm either going to watch Wolfwalkers or there's a new, Netflix movie, like an anime movie called Make It to the Moon or something like that, that I also want to see. But Wolfwalkers, like, if that's the movie you're talking about, I am so excited for it. It is insane. So yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that movie. Sorry, my brain got sidetracked by Jay being extremely kind. Let's see. Yeah, if people haven't checked out PhilosophyTube, please do. Ollie Thorne is fantastic. He's much bigger than I am. He has what, 700,000 followers, subscribers. He is an honestly true inspiration, and seems like a very kind guy. He's very much similar to ContraPoints. Like he and ContraPoints are like two peas in a pod in terms of style and what they talk about. They're slightly different. I think ContraPoints is a little bit more provocative than PhilosophyTube is, but they're both good, and they're both very stylistically similar. So if you like ContraPoints, you'll like PhilosophyTube, and vice versa. Do you plan on watching Foundation? Oh my gosh, yes. Oh my gosh, yes. I am so excited for Foundation. One of my most anticipated shows. The only thing I'm probably more anticipating, I guess Foundation isn't this year anymore. Foundation got pushed to next year because of the pandemic, but I am so excited for The Expanse. The Expanse is the only other show besides Star Trek Discovery that I'm so pumped for this year, so I'm very much excited for The Expanse coming up. Have you heard about the creator of Earthworm Jim turning out to be a transphobic religious nut? No, I did not hear that. That's kind of sad to hear. Not that I was never a huge Earthworm Jim fan, but that is sad to hear. But no, I have not heard much about that, unfortunately. Kind of reminds me of Notch from Minecraft, who turned out to be a transphobic asshole as well. Foundation, a science fiction show. Yes, Foundation is going to be a TV show based on Isaac Asimov's Foundation series, Marg. I have not read Foundation, but I've read Asimov's Robot series and his Empire series, and I plan on getting to Foundation because you have to read. You don't have to read them in that order, but I try to read things in order. So you read Robots, then you read Empire, and then you read Foundation. They all kind of connect together. Foundation is the one that I'm up to. I just haven't gotten a chance to read it yet, but I do plan on it. What's Philosophy Tube's views on male reproductive rights? I'm not sure what you mean by male reproductive. I don't know if he's ever really talked about that, but he did do a really great video on bodily autonomy and an abortion rights that I will say. In fact, it's one of my favorite videos of his where he talked about bodily autonomy and abortion rights. His channel is mostly philosophy based, so I very much recommend it. Hey, quick question. Does watching the ads on your videos help you? I'm not in the financial position to back on Patreon right now, but I want you to support you. How I can love you. How I can. I love your content. Well, thank you, Lizman's voice. So yeah, YouTube's, just to give people insight into how YouTube's weird system works. I'm not 100% on it, but I mean, first off, more eyes on videos is always helpful. So if you like my videos and you want to help me out, but you can't help me out financially, like, please just like sharing the video, liking the video, leaving a comment, like that stuff does actively help because it does boost in the algorithm, gets more people to see it. So literally any of that stuff, just watching a video, liking a video, and commenting on a video, that all helps. The other thing that helps too is the big thing too on that side of things is watch time. The way YouTube prioritizes things, they want you to stay on their platform for as long as possible. So videos that make people stay on YouTube longer, YouTube likes to prioritize. So the longer you watch one of my videos, the more that helps the video get seen. So if you don't have to do this, but if you're watch one of my videos and you're like, oh, I'm gonna click off and be off of YouTube, the best thing you can do actually is watch my video and then click to another video and let that go for a while, even if you're gonna and walk away and do something else, just because the longer you're watching something on the channel, the better my videos do. Ads, I'm not 100% sure how it works, but I believe how ads work and how it gives me revenue is, and they're pennies for it, is you click, every time someone clicks an ad, I get a penny or 2 pennies. It's something ridiculously small, and it all adds up because people will get there'll be 1,000 views. So I mean, if I look at my back, can I even see here? For example, let me give you an example of what one of my biggest videos has done. I'll just take a look here, just because I find the business of YouTube is kind of fascinating in its own annoying weird way. But for example, my last video that I made on transgender voters netted me, which got 2,000 views. So from that video, I got $5. So I got, for that video that I did on transgender voting rights, I got $5 for that, which is not insignificant, but I make 3 videos a week. So that's $15 a week. Not exactly something you can live off of, in terms of that sort of stuff. So it's, I mean, if I was someone huge or crazy big, then sure, you could get a minimum wage off of it. But it's nothing at my level. It's nothing that really helps. So yeah, clicking ads if you want to help. Clicking ads. If you want to help, that does help, but it's nothing big. The biggest thing is just sharing the video. If that's share the video out, comment, all that stuff, that actually helps the most. And the biggest thing to help the most is just watching videos longer. So if you only watch my video for 5 minutes, watching it for 7 or 8 minutes actually helps me. So that's the biggest thing. So, but at the end of the day, it's your life. And while I appreciate the help, please do with what your life what you want to do, but I also always appreciate the help when and if you can. But also I'm here at your pleasure. So, do what you will. And yeah, oh gosh, yeah, someone even mentioned trans videos getting demonetized. Like, yeah, my recent video on the video that I was actually really, really proud of, the transgender film analysis video that I did like 2 weeks ago, that was like an analysis of transgender representation in film, that got demonetized and age restricted. So yeah, so like people under like 16 can't watch it, and I can't make money off of it. So that's great. So yeah, trans issues get unfortunately dicey because can't talk about trans people. It's annoying. Yeah. Are you voting Libertarian or Green? No, no, I am not. I am voting for Joe Biden. I've talked about this before. You guys all know me. I mean, I'm not the most political person. I mean, I do talk about politics quite often in my videos, but I'm not like the most like nitty-gritty specific politics stuff on this channel. But you all know me. I'm a leftist. You know, I'm fully here for the revolution and all that jazz. But right now, the only option that makes sense in terms of like having anything happen in any tangible way is Joe Biden, and then holding Joe Biden accountable and trying to push Joe Biden as far left as possible. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be great. I don't think it's going to be the best thing in the world, but it's going to be better than the other option, and that's kind of where I'll leave that. So yeah. Hey, This Glorious Clockwork. It's good to see ya. Good to see ya. So DSGO, I know talking about ContraPoints and her mistakes and people on your Hannibal. I mean, I tend to agree with ContraPoints' canceling video. I do think ContraPoints made legitimate mistakes, and I'm not here to get into the nitty gritty of all that because that's a whole longer conversation, much longer conversation. But I'm generally on the side of I think ContraPoints has made some mistakes. I generally have accepted her apologies, and I thought that she was thoughtful about it. She thought about it, and she gave an adequate response that was empathetic towards the situation, especially around like Buck Angel and a few other things that were hurting non-binary folks in her videos. But my acceptance of her apology for myself is not something that I would place on all non-binary folks. If there are people that say I have to be done with her content because I think that her content she offended me so much that I just can't get on with it, that's fine. She has not owed your apology. She has not owed your thoughts or anything like that, or owed your attention. So I'm not saying anybody has to do so, but I have generally accepted her apology. The thing that she did that actually bothered me more, and again, she did like a video on her cringe video, and she used a video of a trans woman in that who was like saying it's ma'am, the it's ma'am video that everyone kind of references about the trans woman in a GameStop who was getting misgendered and saying it's ma'am, and she used that video to like highlight a point of like, oh, being somewhat more self-conscious of how you present in the world, and I didn't necessarily agree with that, and it kind of rubbed me the wrong way. That was actually one that I found more egregious than like Buck Angel or whatever, but I don't know. It's hard. So yeah. Like I said, I generally still like ContraPoints. I have taken issues, but I think she is someone who has always acknowledged the criticism, taken it to heart, and tried to do better. I don't see her being like hateful in any way. And so I have generally forgiven her, but I don't think if I don't begrudge anyone not forgiving her. So that's my thoughts. Oh, This Glorious Clockwork, it's your birthday? I didn't know it was your birthday. Happy birthday. Oh my gosh, it's good to see you. A happy birthday. Please, well, for a good birthday present, and I think I'm going to sign off in the near future, everybody, but for your birthday, please give This Glorious Clockwork your give brain farts. Please give This Glorious Clockwork's channel a subscribe. This Glorious Clockwork is a close friend of mine, someone who I used to work with, and is a really, really wonderful person and makes amazing videos on biology and science over on his channel. So please, please, please check out This Glorious Clockwork's channel. Sorry, can't say your name. I can't speak today in general for some reason. So please check out his channel and give him a subscribe. It would be a great birthday present, because he more than deserves it. His animations are amazing. So you did miss the whole stream, This Glorious Clockwork. It's your own fault. You're celebrating your birthday too hard. But I am about to wrap up soon. I did have it starting at 6 early. No, you're not crazy, This Glorious Clockwork. It was supposed to start at 6. I moved it to 5 just because I was going to start it at 6 because I have my job stuff, and I didn't know when I was going to get done with my job stuff, but I got here early. I got back home early from the shoot that we were doing, and so I pushed it back to 5 so that I wasn't going to be doing the stream until 7, so I could cook dinner, because I want to go cook dinner now. I'm sorry. Yeah, I have to go. I want to go cook dinner, because if I did the stream until 7, that means I wouldn't get dinner until like 7:30, and so I'd be hungry. So there we go. Well, thank you, Miss Wicked Wolf. I like to think that I have a very cute laugh. I appreciate that. All right, everybody. So yeah, I am going to wrap out. Let me do some plugs. Obviously, I'm going to have my review of Star Trek Discovery Season 3 out tonight, if I don't cry myself too much during the review, because I am sure I'm going to be, depending on how they handle it, and I'm always leaving it open too, they could bungle it up, but they are going to probably have a transgender, or at least a non-binary character. They've made that distinction. A non-binary character in Star Trek tonight. So I'm very excited about that. And so I will be doing a review of that episode tonight. I'll probably be doing a larger analysis video on the transgender representation in Star Trek at some point, but I probably won't be able to fit it all into my review, so I'll just focus on the episode tonight and talk about how I feel about it. So that's going to go up tonight. And then Friday, I actually have a video that I am very, very excited about, so I please hope that all of you will check it out. It is a video that I shot as I was driving cross country to move up to Seattle, and it's kind of one of the more ambitious videos that I've done. So I'm kind of excited about it. It's a good discussion about like America and road trips and who has access to mobility and equality in America. So I'm very, very excited and proud of my Friday video. So please check it out, and give it a like, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out. Thank you everybody for having fun. Thank you everybody for being supportive. I really, really do appreciate this. And, like I said, I've said this already, but like being here in Seattle, would not have happened without this channel. So I am just very thankful to all of you, and thank you for everyone just being kind, and thank you for hanging out. So have a wonderful evening. I will see you all in my Discovery Season 3 review tonight. And until next time, live long and prosper.